Most traders know the patterns. Breakouts, gap fills, bounces off the 9 EMA. And yet, most still fail, not from a lack of knowledge. They fail because they're trading without context. Would you drive blindfolded on the freeway? That's what it's like trading without understanding market structure. Are we trending, consolidating, or reversing? Which setups fit today's environment? What levels truly matter and which are just noise? Market context answers all of that. That's why every morning I post a clear market context and game plan. It's the same blueprint I use before every trade. You'll know if we're in expansion or contraction mode, when to trust the open or fade it, whether a gap will run or reverse, where traders are trapped and where price is likely to react. With context, you're not chasing, you're executing. If you want to trade with clarity and conviction, read the daily game plan by 9 a.m. EST on Substack. Join us live on Discord and YouTube. It's not about seeing more setups. It's about knowing which ones matter before the bell rings.
If you're here to flip coins and gamble, click away. If you're here to actually learn how to trade futures with structure, strategy, and real results, then welcome. Because most people don't make it. Not because they are not smart, but because no one ever taught them how to build a foundation. Hello there and welcome. I'm Sean, the founder of Smart Readers Capital, and truly glad you're here. You have taken the first step into one of the most misunderstood profession is day trading. We believe trading is more than pushing buttons and chasing green candles. It's a craft, a discipline, a journey. Let me be real with you. This world is filled with noise. You have probably seen screenshots, the Lambos, the flashy wins on social medias, but they don't show you is the work, the structure, the thousands of mistakes behind every win. Yes, you can make money in trading and change your life, but only if you're willing to go slow and right. Yes, read it again. Slow and right. Most people who enter this game rush in like it's casino. They'll click buy or sell. They're placing a bet, hoping the market move in their favor. Sometime it does, and that random win feels like a magic. But randomness is not the strategy, and without the structure, you will lose more than you win. The market is like a 24/7 live stream. It's always moving, full of actions, suspense, drama, just like your favorite Netflix series. But don't get lost in the entertainment. Every trade you take must have a reason, a plan, a risk management. You can live with it, but you're not here to binge with price. You're here to learn how to navigate it with the clarity. Let me tell you the hard truth. Every trade you take has a 50% chance of winning and 50% chance of losing. But trading isn't about coin flips. It's about stacking.
Good morning, traders. This is Sean at Zeros. Welcome to the Smart Traders Capital. And in just 1 second, the data is about to come and released. Let's see what it does now. We had important data at 8:30, but so far it's a muted reaction. So far, it is a muted reaction. So no reaction at all. Interesting. So we had a data at initial claims and continuing claims and no response to the market. I do not see any reaction at this point. That's so interesting that market did not have any reaction here. Um, so that's so crazy. Let's see what happened. Almost 1 minute crossed. Very muted reaction. Not really. It seems like nobody knows what they want to do. Let's just zoom in a little bit. Everybody's waiting for someone to take the action. Yeah, it's a completely muted reaction. Yep, very muted reaction. How you guys doing on the YouTube? Sorry about the yesterday. I think there was some issue in the yesterday, and streaming suddenly ended, and and then I was not able to do anything. And then after that, when I tried to re-enter it, I lost all of you guys. So we're gonna do the market analysis for today. We were hoping yesterday, if you guys with me on the trading, we were hoping to get the reversal trade. I stopped out, but then look at this, whole day it just moved up after the first 30 minutes of sell-off. I think that was what I was expecting. The market was really strong, ES was holding 6350 level. That was a crazy about it. Now ES reached to 6,400. That's a really big mark, and the NQ close to 23,400. So really awesome. Look at the market movement from bottom 1,600 to 24,000. Beautiful. Uh, no one can expect it, and it just keep moving, right? It just keep moving. There is no pullback coming in more than 1 or 2 days, and yeah, it is what it is, right? It's not moving. It's holding very tightly all the moving averages. Who knows that where how far it's gonna go, when it's gonna be pulled back? But we can clearly see, it is just moving up, right? Just moving up. Every pullback is bought back up, so really strong. So I'm not taking any trade. I'm just want to watch it now. Look, because there was no immediate reaction in the market. How are you guys doing on the YouTube and X? Did you guys traded anything in the last afternoon, yesterday afternoon? Morning, Dan. How you doing? Very good. Another high in the market. I'm telling you, buddy, this market is not going to come down. Okay, don't exhaust now. We're gonna get those opportunities. Just wait. Right now, it's not the place to show. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Then you're gonna see. But not now. I guess not now. Oh, yeah, because the squeeze was really dangerous squeeze. Yeah. Yeah, because see, I was telling you that if ES cannot hold, if ES cannot break 6350, there was no point that going to come down. NQ was weak. NQ wanted to come down, but okay. RTY is complicated. Yes, it's not like E is an NQ. It's only RTY you can only trade certain days. Just certain days when things are really moving well. Uh, in the breakout days, but you cannot trade every day. Yeah. Yeah. So market is slipping down a little bit. There was very muted reaction after this data, and so muted reaction is drifting down. Um, market doesn't function like that. If there is no headwinds, then market is only one way to go is up. You know what I mean? Uh, so because as I mentioned that there are a lot of things going on in the background which we might not know. Maybe some presidential bills, some other legislations. So therefore sometimes it's really hard to see because you don't know what's going on in the background. It's maybe he's getting the better deals out of the other nations. So the always one thing you remember that whatever market is doing is the market is right. And and what is really what I'm saying that why when we consider shorting it, I'm going to tell you. Okay? So you do not consider shorting it if market is close to these moving averages, which is a nine moving average. If market is close to nine moving averages, there is no way you can consider shorting it. Never consider a big movement, momentum short gonna come. Look at it's so strong that every time it's touched the 9 EMA, it bounced back, and when it drops, the 21 is defending that, right? So what I'm saying that, for instance, if it's extended here, you might consider if is a downside move coming, but your maximum downside is this moving averages. And then if you get the continuation after a few days, you can get it here, but not after that, unless you see that the market is breaking from a downside and then losing this moving average. Then your next target would be the 50, SMA. Always function like. No, I mean not necessarily. So uh, it, market is extremely bull trend, right? right? And then unless you see the trend failing, you can't just foresee. My approach is that you cannot anticipate big failures in the market when the VIX is getting lower. There is no headwinds, there is no volatility, market's not expecting anything. So everything gonna function in a normal way. Everything going to function normal way. If there is no headwinds, there is VIX. The first instrument which you're gonna see, if market is crashing, is the VIX or the UVXY, and you can compare. So let's you can go UVXY. Okay. So when market was crashing, what was market doing, right? So look at this one. This is a February when the small momentum started, and then and, and then look at this March, and then look at the April. So if VIX is at the lows, right, you can't expect volatility. Volatility will only come when you start looking at this. That okay, is this jumping? It's basically breaking the prior trend, right, and start moving back up. Just like now, if you look at it here, it's right now. I think it's on 17. What is it level today? Uh, 15, it's 15.7, right? So it's still below those trend lines, those moving averages, right? So it's still downtrending. As far as this is a perfect example. I will show you one. I will show you one chart, and you will understand what I'm saying. Okay, so look at the AMD. Okay, look at the AMD, and you're gonna see what I'm trying to explain to you. Uh, so here, look at this. Okay, AMD, and let's just little broad. So AMD made the new high uh, here in the February 2024. Correct? Look at this, right? And I know so many people on the X. You can go and check what they were doing. Uh, they were trying to go long uh, this complete downtrend. This complete downtrend. They were trying to go long. They keep buying the options every time, and it's just coming down, 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 down. As far as it reached all the way to the $70, right? $70. And what happened after $70 reach? Now it is on the upside of the V shape, right? So what I'm saying that market just do sometimes those insane things which the normal individual cannot comprehend that why this is happening, right? So you always need to be the right side of the area. So when market was coming back down, you need to be there. When market is going back up, you need to be on the right side of the long. You cannot start going long when this is coming down hoping it's going to go move back up. Similarly, you cannot start shorting it, something is going up on that side. So that's exactly the way market works. Market came back down too much, market realized there was a mistake, and now market is moving back up again. Or I think there is a move happening which we're missing. uh, but so always stay on the right side, always think conservative and clearly, objectively, level by level play. uh, those moves happened in February, April, which was unnecessary, and I felt like it was more engineered move. The move you are looking at right now, it may not be engineered because market was all-time high, and I think that the downside move was engineered move. And you can also think from the president's tweet perspective. President was saying, "Oh, okay, now you can buy." It seems like that everything what happened there. It was the manufacturer. It's an engineered move. This move is more natural, but of course, it's getting parabolic now. It's getting too extended. But you know, if assume that didn't happen, from the all-time high, market was there almost 6,100, 200 was there, right? So market just moved from the previous high, market just moved 200, 300 points, which is nothing if you look at it, right? But yes, if you look at the April low and then compare, then you're gonna say, no, I cannot believe that, right? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Mm,
Mhm.
because it's IWM, right? The small cap. So small cap is lagging, right? But all indexes work in a similar way, right? So if the overall economy is moving, then small cap will also follow, but not directly proportional. But RTYs also follow the market sentiments. RTY, so a lot of the RTY movements are more specific to IWM. Small caps is not always follow, but it hardly can happen that the all indexes are breaking out and IWM is not going to be bullish for the day. Yeah. Well, market is really did uh, pull back a little bit, came to the 23,325 NQ, and ES is still holding above 1690. I think today is going to be the tough day. We'll see what market wants to do. We need to be carefully trade today. Market is again all-time high, retouches 6,400. Right now it is losing. Uh, we need to, yeah, we need to find a level to see um, which could be the line in the sand. This move was really good after the muted direction, but just look at it, only ES is a 10-point move, and NQ is moving almost the 60 70 points. So 1:6 is the movement right now. I think it could reverse a little bit, but if I will just go back to look at the monthly chart. So again, there's the third month is a month is breaking out, right? So first month breakout, second month breakout. So third month could, after this month, it could be, a small pullback month like this month, right? So a lot of people start going to taking the profit and they're going to buy back if ES going to come back from 6,000 area, right? So this could be the pullback month, uh, or maybe you don't know. Let's see how this month ends, right? This is extremely bullish month, so it's highly possible that the next month, the August, could be just the resting month, right? What I foresee, I think that either the next month will be like this, right, or could be like this, right, or could be like this, the spinning top where it has up and down both, right? So we'll see, but it's hard to see. It definitely we need some resting, but resting will come in with form. You cannot predict that. You need to play as market going to move. But definitely look at this. We are getting extended from those averages on a monthly chart as well. So based on the historically, anytime we are extended from those averages, market come back and retest, right? So um, so could be I think definitely there will be some kind of a tail, but could be this candle or this candle or maybe this candle, right? It could be go up further and then come back down, right? Or start the month directly red, right? It could be anything, but definitely need some resting. Definitely the next month would be inside month. Definitely the inside months and the last range would be this, which is really bullish at this point. So No, 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 that's fine. All right, guys. So already we to find one a good trade. Morning, Vivek. Morning, Waldemar. So market made the new high now, right? Look at this market. So, so what I'm saying that at this point, we have uh, a really big move came in later in the afternoon when the market held the 63.50. So either could be the two things. Remember the last time when it happened after the big green day, we saw a beautiful resting day and then retesting of those moving averages. Right now, we are also very extended from those moving averages. So uh, are we going to expect, day today is like this day, right? And also, if you remember, when last time this big day happened like this, immediately we saw another big red day, equally, red day. So we need to be cautious here. What's coming next, right? Given the market is really extended, so we're going to keep an eye. We I hope it doesn't move further down. If market doesn't move down further, then 62 63.90 would be our support as a pre-market, right? And the previous is 63.74. So we have some cushion of moving averages, and then some breakdowns. So if market loses 63.90, I would consider going short to cover this gap, and we're gonna take the profit close to 63.80, 75, something like that. As compared to if you look at the NQ, NQ came down a lot in the pre-market, right? So NQ already retested the previous high, right? So that's basically create the nuances and the divergence where NQ has already pulled back a lot. So now it can easily happen that we just see the reversal and market just rest and stay within the range which is created by now the pre-market high and pre-market low. Market doesn't break those range, it's completely inside day within the pre-market high and the pre-market low. So excuse me. So what I'm saying that extremely cautious to think that whether the range is going to break down and then we're going to take that. If we take the range breakdown trades, we need to be extremely cautious in the sizing because it can easily squeeze given the one index is already had pullback and they're very close to the moving averages and also the previous high. So, two action plan. Number one, we need to first determine as market opens that is this going to be an inside day or is going to be an outside day. So far it looks to me the inside day, and we have just learned yesterday in our strategy class that today's day I'm just going to rate as a B day. It's not going to be the day where you need to size up, given you can clearly see it's a very small tight range based on the big day. Yes, if this ranges breaks, right, then you have a little bit more cushion and then to trade better, uh, and we can decide later on. But as part of pre-planning consideration, we need to size as a B day is not something. And even if you lose one trade, you just say, okay, you lost. You don't need to try more on these days because these are really, if it's turning to be a very inside day, then there's not much range, and you can easily lose a lot of money by thinking about it going long and short, and then you're going to lose a lot of money in revenge trading. So today is a day where you need to be extremely cautious. If NQ or ES stay within their pre-market opening, within the pre-market high and pre-market low range. Any question, guys? Any Any question on the YouTube? Any question uh, on the Discord? Good morning, Hydrise. So today, extremely cautious. Don't overtrade because it could be just an inside day range. All right, I'm going to share the stream. I really appreciate all of you guys if you give a thumbs up and like. There you go. And sharing the stream link here. You can just give a thumbs up and keep it open a little bit on your screen until we get some momentum. So market is going to be the tough day today. Let's just look back again um, on a 30 minutes. So see here, definitely losing the VWAP. Um, this was a breakout point for the ES, right? This is where market breakout yesterday. Basically, this is a very powerful patterns. What market is doing right now is thinking is failing. It comes down, grab the short sellers. They get their buying what they wanted to buy, how much they want to buy. Once they're buying complete, they go back and move the price up. This is one of the worst pattern for the nightmare for the short sellers. The algo does pretty often this thing where they engineered the short side move thinking of a breaking down. You're gonna think it's a breaking down, you're gonna show it, and they're gonna lift the price up. Look at how bearish those candles were, but then you know what happened then. It's very extended. Today's NQ strong than this in the ES. If you look at it, the here in the market, you're looking at the triple Q is green, 0.16%. SPYs almost flat, and ES and NQ also futures are also close to flat. So essentially, the triple Q is really strong, and we can see here if we just remove the uh, you know data, you can see here NQ right now is above the yesterday opening price. So this is the opening print for yesterday, where market will start selling off, which is close to 23,350, and NQ is basically holding up, right? So anyone who have shorted it and still short yesterday, they are still in the loss, right? Similarly, on the ES, anyone showed it yesterday or day before, they're still in the losing trade. So you need to be thinking from that perspective as well. So the moment it starts coming back down, they're going to turn positive, right? They're going to turn green, and those who have bought yesterday or the yesterday, they start going to get turned red.
So anyone who bought in the Asia session or London session, they likely be turning red, right? Does just really mean this, right? So anyone who bought, so if you look at it here, this is a session, uh, Asia and London session. So essentially, anyone who bought in the London session, they're turning red now, right? And if it's gonna break, so they will stop out here, right? Or they might already be stopped out because of this spike, and they move back up, right? So this is, and it is possible that this move is just to get the short squeeze in a way that, push, all the short sellers squeezed, and then moment they got squeezed, there was no momentum after that. Neither the buying happened in the Asia, neither the buying happened in the London. So um, it could be that we went up, consolidated into session, no buying coming in, and we just drop back up here and then come back here. That's exactly what we saw, uh, a couple of times in the past. When we saw that, I just explained to you, and we can relook at here. It happened here in these 2 days, right? Let's just relook at it again. I'm gonna just draw. Look at this one, big green candle. Falling red candles. This happened with the smaller red candle, not like this, the completely, but touching the moving averages. You can see here the move back up immediately came back down and retested the low, right? Uh, we can look at this one. So we have some historical examples in the last few days where the strong green candle subsequently not turning into another green candle, but rather the mix of small red to the big red, right? So it can highly possible that we see some of these patterns, but we cannot, anticipate those things that and then take the position before this happened. So our job is to react once we see that, and then we're gonna react to that and make the position. Hydrise, you can hear us, right? Can you hear me on the YouTube? So let me just summarize today. What we see extreme bullish, or uh, the in the momentum in the market, and this momentum is really strong. Every time market pretends that it's coming back down, have the failed breakdown, and then another squeeze comes in. This is a very strong pattern, and you can see a couple of times it's happened. It happened on uh, July 16th. You can see it's happened on the July 7th. And right now, market is all-time high. ES touched 6,400, NQ touched 3,400. Now we were expecting is that the after the data, after this big run yesterday, what will be the next move? Next move is likely be either we're going to be a small inside day range. If ES can hold the 63.90, then we need to be extremely cautious. If markets stay within the pre-market high and low, then is a range day. We should not be pushing more trades into that domain, because you're going to likely lose the money. But if we see that the pre-market low is breaking down and market is coming back down, ES, then we have a 25 to 30 points range, which is the retest of the 63.60 and 63.50 ranges. So we can play around that. NQ came back down a little bit more than the ES in the pre-market, retested the yesterday or the previous high, and very close to the moving averages. So if NQ also stay within the pre-market low and high range, then we still have a 70, 80 points, but those ranges are really hard to trade if we have a big candles started forming into the morning candles. So we need to be cautious. But if those ranges breaks and NQ come back down and start trading within the July 21st and 22nd range, and that's where we can find a multiple good trades as well. Any question? If not, I'm just going to take a few minutes of break and then I'll come back and then we're going to trade. So we have the levels clear, and we're going to trade accordingly. Any question, guys? Yesterday we had a fabulous strategy classes. I kept it open for everyone to come and join. A lot of traders had came in and enjoyed it, but unfortunately, I was not able to record. There was some error came in to the recording, and I was just not able to record it. I was so you know pissed on it that this technology issue. Since I came the new laptop, this new desktop, a lot of issues are coming in. How was the session, guys, yesterday? Miguel, Vivek, how was the session yesterday? Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I'm just unable to record it. Ah, so pissed. How about you other guys, Vivek, Voldemort? Perfect. I think the guys on the YouTube, you won't able to hear, but what Miguel and Vivek and Voldemort is saying, that those structural things are really important for you to save your money and then do not overtrade on those days. You know, and I'm gonna do the one session. I said that I'm gonna do one more session with we'll keep it open for everyone for you guys to understand the mindset that um, why you get lose a lot of money and not able to consistently trader, despite sometimes the person you're following is exactly trade the same setup, but end up you having the much bigger red days than that individual. And we're gonna do the one more session. I'm gonna invite all of you guys. But the yesterday session is what about that, how you can protect from the choppiness, right? You do not need to trade every day to make a lot of money or make any money or be consistently profitable. What you need to do is to take the trade on the right time frame and right time, and that's where you're gonna make the money. So, would you be worried about your move? You missed the yesterday move? No, you need look at this. How many tails were there? How many times it reacted negatively? So sometimes after the fact, you can see, oh yeah, I can buy here, I can make this much. But just like yesterday, one of the student, he keeps struggling. It's not my student, but he came a couple of times into our sessions, and he was just saying that I'm leaving. Trading is something that's not for me. Uh, and I say, what you doing, right? It's important for you to understand what you're doing. I say, even yesterday, I just stopped out a few seconds ago, and then the index moved 200 points after stopping out. So, and most of you, those who are struggling, most of you, correlate uh, your achievements with those moves, right? But remember, and I was telling that person as well. I don't know if he's hearing me or not, but now I'm telling you that that's the problem when you do over trading and scalping, right? When you do over trading and scalping, what you felt like that, oh gosh, that move, I would have taken it, oh, for instance, yesterday you were over trading it and you lost a lot of money, and today you have promised yourself that that from next day in the afternoon I will not trade, and you are not looking at it. And then when the day closes and you saw the charts, the market moved really well, and you say, you know what, I'm going to trade again now. And the next day that move is not happening. So what I'm trying to get to the point is that it's not about the moves. The market has abundance of opportunities. Market has a move one after one, right? You can take each move. You need to know, you need to understand where you want to expose yourself in the market. You wait for it. Okay, you wait for those moments and then participate on that. If you're gonna start participating in each and every move, you know, you would always be struggling. You always be exhausted. You're always going to be frustrated. You know, the trading is not like what you see on the YouTube streams where they're adding multiple evaluation accounts and pushing you guys. I've seen so many streams. They say they'll always give you a screenshot uh, where they have made uh, thousands, but they on the background they will not tell you that someone on their behalf executing on the other accounts. They take both positions, long and short, right? And they're only going to give the screenshots for the positions where you see that the market moving. It doesn't function like that. A lot of funded accounts, the 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 rules are exactly the rules which you should not be having, those which are basically not going to help you to be consistently profitable trade. For example, the consistency rule. Consistency rule will not let you be profitable trader. And then if the consistency rule is 20%, 30%, for instance, you can pass the evaluation account in the one day. That's one of the biggest account killer. Even you have passed the evaluation in the one day, I bet you're going to lose in the next few days that account. Why? Because you have not built the right discipline. And trailing drawdown is one of the things which is going to never going to make you a consistently profitable trader. The drawdowns are one of the worst things can happen for any trader, right? So um, if you play the game from their rules, that is flashy, is easy, but I bet you that you're gonna keep adding those. You're never gonna make profitable. The consistency is about understanding the market structure, right? The one student came in the last class yesterday. He was talking, would there be the opening drives into the bear market? But the question is that if it's a bear market, the negative bear market, why you need to even look at the opening drive. The good traders is not about uh, having the same trade, right? The good traders are adapt the market conditions and then revise their strategies and plan accordingly. Because if it's that simple, that if you have only one strategy which you can execute throughout the year, then everyone would be millionaire, right? We then and then is nobody would be trading, because if everyone can be money, then this trading is not tough, right? So it's not like that. So that's why market changes. You need to be adapt to the from see the market, what market is trying to do. You revise it, you journal it, you observe it, right? Just like I'm telling you that a couple of times, uh, you can clearly see market try to break down, undercut the previous low, and then move back up. We saw this pattern. Now we know the pattern it is. So if we are shorting it, we need to be extremely cautious, because we know, right? That's exactly what market wants us to do. So the observance, less trading, more observe. Uh, adapt your thinking about your strategy, what you think. That's where going to give you an edge, and we're going to learn those into. I want to do the one session when I'm going to explain to you that what is the difference between the setup system and your processes. And only thing which is going to protect you from unnecessary losses is not the setup. It's basically the system and the process. And we're going to talk more into the detail. But guys, really appreciate if you give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the discussion. There's a few minutes remaining in the market to open. I will also encourage you guys to go and watch the bookmap stream, and if you can give a thumbs up there as well, really appreciate. So look at it here, market again, exactly the level we marked, right? Which is the previous high, which is 23,345. I was telling you, NQ held exactly the same, right? You can see this level we drew before market started bouncing in. So market is holding this level very clearly. 63.90 is another level on the ES. So we need to be cautious. Right now, seems like the market is within the pre-market high and low range. So we're gonna assess that, is this market doing any intention to break those levels? If market doesn't break, so this green dash line is a pre-market low, this red dash line is a pre-market high. So if markets stay within this range, we know. We just learned yesterday that how to play these ranges. If market comes in the middle, we don't know where it's going to go. If the market is up close to this upper range, then we need to be careful until it's breakout, right? Because it have a risk of reversing all the way to the coming back down. So we know today is, unfortunately, the ranges are very small, so we need to play accordingly. No need to force the trade. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to be back, and we're going to trade. All right. So Mer's first move still holding the overnight ranges. Still momentum up. Look at it again. Fail breakdown. Nicely moving back up. Very strong. Still the momentum coming in. Okay. All the way to the pre-market high now. NQ in SPY, triple Q in SPY, both are green. Okay. Pull back. Okay. Complete reversal. Again, upside. Just be careful. I'm not really interested in doing those stuff. Very small ranges. We don't know that this push may let the ES go back to the low of the range. NQ again coming close to the um, support 23345 where it's bounced last time. SPY has closed the gap. So first move happened on the upside, right? But didn't break the pre-market high, but went up. Now it's coming towards the lower side of the range, which is the pre-market low. Just take a little easy today. So Kristen and Hyro, both of you are part of the Discord as well. Are you inside the Discord as well? ES is still looking strong. Look at the holding all the VWAPs. Okay, watch out. Let's see. Can it claim? Can it break out over 6,400 ES? Can watch NQ if it's gonna hold. If E is going to hold 6,402 and start moving back up, NQ can give us the little more room to all the way 23,400 retest. So watch. ES is doing good. Okay, watch for NQ. It's almost going to be 15 to 20 point stop loss in NQ. If we're gonna take over 2371, and our stop loss would be 23,350. So almost 20 point stop loss. Let's see, can it hold? If it's gonna hold, we're gonna go long. Okay, I'm long. I'm long. Okay, I think I long, but I think ES immediately rejected, but that's fine. Still have the room. Okay, still holding it. Retest is exactly 23,350. Holding it. If it's gonna drop, I'm gonna stop out. Holding it. ES is still above those areas. Putting the hard stop loss in NQ. Still holding it. Still holding it, and ES is holding it nice, close to 6,400. But if NQ drops now, then I have to stop out. Still looks good. Okay, I'm still holding it. Only thing I didn't like is that the ES has dropped the VWAP. Okay, still holding it. Still holding it. Okay, still holding it. You see here, I'm still holding it. Entry was really bad. You're almost the. Let's see, can it reclaim? If not, then we have to stop out. Okay, can it? I think 2 rejections happen. I'm going to put this hard stop loss. I'm stopped out. This is a bad trade here. So again, it's really held this level. It's just stop us out, but holding this level. Let's wait a little bit more. Maybe we're gonna find a better setup. Uh, Still holding it. It's just dropped a couple of cents and then came back down. This is really bizarre. Look at this, both of them. But we can't hold, right? It can drop further, right? So we do not need to take unnecessary risk. We can re-enter it. So making now. So now it's making is the high, lower high, but there's support here, high, lower high, undercut it. But let's see that this undercut make the new low or let's get the support here. And ES is dropping into the lows. 23,345 is the previous high. If it fails here, I'm just gonna wait to see this fail from the bottom. I want this candle, you see this candle, I want this candle to stop, uh, or close the solid red, and then we can look for the short if we need to. Okay, it's coming. 10 more seconds. Let's see how does really end. We were very close to the pre-market low range, remember? But for ES, it was a bit far. Just wait. I'm just gonna wait a little bit more. Same thing, right? The see here, this undercut and then held. There is a big order sitting at 63.96 in 23.330 in NQ. Right now looks very interesting. ES is breaking out again. We can try NQ again. It seems okay. Let's just wait. I think it's a good, the way it's consolidating here could be the good breakout again over 60. But again, it's too much risk here. Uh, but if it breaks out happen, it can go back to the retest of the high because we are very close to the ranges. But we are all against all the moving averages. So you know the same thing happened. Remember last time we went here when, because the ES is holding the VWAP, but NQ was unable to and then failed, right? Now, if ES again holding it, but NQ is still below all the moving averages and the VWAP. It's not an ideal setup. So ES is making the lower highs. If it fails 6400 here, so here's my plan. If ES rejects here, right, we're not going to do anything. We're going to wait to see a better setup. But if it reclaims 6,402, we can consider going long because I think the squeeze can come in. Okay, if if he has started breaking 6,402, we can look for the upside move in NQ as well. But if it fails here, then we're not going to do anything. Right, I'm long. Let's see. I think it's going to continue. Come on. It can squeeze to the pre-market high, which is 24,000. Okay, moving. Very nice. Come on. We want close to 24,000. Come on, more, a little bit more. We want overnight to close. Come on. 23, 390, 95. We can start taking the profit, which is basically the high of the previous candle. Is holding it, not able to break 23,380. We want 3,380 to break. This pullback is not good. Come on. Come on, a little bit more. We don't want this to give us a red candle. ES is already reached to the high of the range. That could be dangerous. Here you go. Come on. Here you go. Very nice. A little bit more. Very good. All right, I'm out on the trade. Beautiful long upside move. Oh, it's still moving, man. I was thinking this is gonna squeeze a little bit. Okay, it's still moving further. I'm gonna retake the trade later on, but given we had the first red trade, I just wanted to get the break even because as I mentioned to you, that today is a day where the you need to be lucky to get the trade. We were exactly right, but it's just that it pulled back down and then we stop us out. So this may go further up or down. We don't know, but take the profit, lock in if you were in the first trade, right? If you're in the first trade, then you just take the profit, close it out, break even, and then we can reconsider adding the next trade as well. The both the trade are same idea, right? That it's 6,400, and I'm going to tell you that why I was thinking it's going to squeeze. That is really important for you guys to learn. I'm going to just remind me before we end the session. I'm going to explain to you. This is a lesson for today that you need to know. And I was telling you that if this is going to break, it's going to squeeze everybody. It's really important. Those, I don't know, guys. Could you please also put some comments into the bookmap stream? There's almost, more than 5, 6, 7 people watching, but there's not even a single like there. Really appreciate if you're watching the bookmap, put the comment and just say that, please like and subscribe, and then you do the thumbs up. So right now, we're gonna see is NQ is exactly on the pre-market range. ES is broke out, but NQ is still there. So we can consider, I don't mind going long further up. If NQ also break out 23,400, on this range breaks, then we can get the another one. But right now, just hold a little bit, okay? Just hold. Don't force the trade right now. We don't know whether it rejects and then come back down. So right now it's consolidating. Let's see what it does here. I would. Anyone on the Discord took the trade? I know the Hydro Eyes took the trade with me. Awesome. Do you like this music? Do you hear this music on the Discord, or only YouTube can hear? Okay. I think only the YouTube can hear, I guess. All right. Good guys. Christian, did you take the last trade as well? Anyone on the X took the trade? So we need to still wait, okay? Not forcing it. It may easily come back down here as well. But the time will be the better judge here. So just wait. Okay, we see the holding, right? Prior close is holding 23,380. As I mentioned, as we identified the pre-market, this area 23,343 would be an important level for the NQ to defend. And defend happened, market came back in the range. Second thing we have discussed in the pre-market, that we need to make sure that the range breaks clearly. Right now, NQ is still in the range. ES has already broke that range, so we need to evaluate. We need to see that if we both can do something together, then we take the next trade. If not, then we can just So just need to wait a little bit more. All right, while we are waiting for it, let me just help you out. I'm going to tell you that why I was telling you that there's a squeeze going to happen here. So it's not on the NQ. Here you go. All right. So as I was telling you, that this is the making the lower highs, right? So those who have showed it here, right? You can see that this is the high, right? This is a low. This is a lower high. A lot of people have shorted here. It couldn't break the further down, move back up. This is the doji. Some people might have added here, and I was telling that if this gonna squeeze, he's gonna get the big squeeze here because those who have shorted, they're gonna recover, right? And that's exactly what happened. That once those who shorted it here start moving back up, they feel the heat, and then it's broke out. So you always need to see that how the lower structure happened. And I mentioned to you that even though it is making the lower highs, but if it showed, I will ignore it. Why I was telling to ignore it? Because you can see here, there is a very small downside risk. Market still in the momentum. So the first move will always come the squeeze. Squeeze just happened now. Look at it, the squeeze rejected. NQ again came back in the range. ES is coming back down as well. So we're gonna look for the next trade, but it's still this move doesn't really mean anything that whether they're going to break this range now or no. I don't know, right? That's why I'm telling you that uh, is in the range right now. We don't know, but get ready. If it's going to break the range, I will be the first one to trade the short. But I'm not interested in playing the range game because it just get too tiring and time consuming. So, and this four red candle doesn't really mean anything that is going to bring down this range as well. So don't go and thinking about it that, oh, this, four red candles are coming, the trend is down, and I'm gonna short it. It can easily squeeze you back up in. Remember, today is a short range day, pre-market high, pre-market low. The moment market come closer to those range, it can halt, stop, consolidate, right? It doesn't break down immediately. So protect yourself. Uh, Thinking of that, oh, this four candle really means that the market is breaking down. No, these four candles, why did it happen? Again, the same psychology. Those who went long here, chasing the move, they just stopped out here. Do you get what I'm saying? They're exactly the same mentality. They're exactly the same mentality. Those who showed it here, they got stopped out. Those who went long, they are stopped out. Those people who have a tendency to flip their trades, today is the worst nightmare day for them so far. Are you guys with me? Do you understand what I'm trying to explain to you? So this means nothing. This means nothing as far as we are within the range. Guys, put something on the comments so then I understand that you guys understand that concept. Good. Okay. How about you guys on the Discord? See here, again pulling back. These candle doesn't mean anything. And those who today is a nightmare day for those who chase the moves. So just wait. Look at this again bouncing, right? So this candle just mean nothing. Okay, nothing. Okay, just remember these mean nothing. So don't chase. Don't be a guy who chase the moves. Feel free to ask any question if you have, and I can answer while we're observing the market. Hi Grace, have you read my book yet or no? Yeah, and the other one you have already read, right? All right, 10 o'clock mark. Okay, still I'm watching it. I'm not really, I don't know whether it's going to break down those ranges or not. But if it's going to break down, then I'm going to go short. But I want these ranges to break down clearly. Guys, today don't push too much buttons. Okay, today is really a day where you need to take carefully, very carefully. Okay. So still holding it. See, it's still holding the opening range. ES is still on the top. NQ is down below. We don't know what next is coming. So don't force the short, assuming that NQ is going to break down. If it's going to break down, we're going to consider it. But remember, see, pre-market low is really close. NQ SPY is rejecting now, or ES is rejecting the top, but still above the VWAPs, right? I mean, just look at this divergence, okay? Uh, you might be successful today, but in the long run, if you keep playing those trades, it's going to be harder for you to become a profitable trade if you're going to take those divergences trade. Okay? We don't know when NQ just go and stop, right? But if we see both are coming down, they both start losing it, then we can take it. Remember, NQ still above the pre-market low, so still we're very much within the range. This breakdown means nothing at all. Okay, it can squeeze easily, pretending that it's rolling over. A lot of new traders going to short, and the next move is down up. Okay, so if it moves back up, you can, if you want to take a long, you can go back long again. if it squeezed back up and NQ and ES hold the pre-market high, it can easily squeeze back up again. But not yet. Still, I'm seeing that the weakness in NQ and ES is still below the pre-market high. In order to move upside again, we want ES to uh, go back to the pre-market high as well. Okay, there's a big order. It's 23,325 in NQ. Okay, ES is holding the opening range. Okay, if it's breaking, if it's again pushing back up, if you guys want to go long, you can go long again. It's gonna squeeze again. I'm still reflecting for the trade. If ES is going to reclaim the pre-market high, I think there's a fair chance that NQ go back up again. But just wait a little bit more. Let's see how this 5-minute closes. Only 30 seconds remaining. Okay, dropping, evaluating. Okay, let's see what it does now. Can ES drop here or move back up? It seems to me that ES is really nicely holding. ES doesn't want to come down. And you can easily squeeze, okay? So don't try to short attempt yet. Look at that, ES is still holding. Another 15 seconds, let's see that how ES close this candle, 10 seconds. Here you go, squeeze coming in. Okay, let's see what it does. Okay, I'm trying to go long again NQ. I'm just not gonna give too much room. If it's gonna stop out, I'm gonna put the break even order. Come on, come on. Okay, I basically stopped out on the break even, but it looks good. I'm gonna re-enter. The squeeze is coming in. ES is still holding it. Just wait. I'm not in the trade. Okay, if you're following me, don't. I'm stopped out. I wanted to put a little bit more push, but it didn't push too much. So I'm gonna add into the pullback. But if you're holding it, you can still hold because ES is still above the high. You can easily squeeze back to the VWAP. But I'm not in the trade. Okay, let's wait. I'm not in the trade. Still hold. I wish I would have holded it. Still moving back up. As I mentioned, and ES is still holding the pre-market high. There's no way NQ can drop. Look at this, right? So I'm not long, not short, but definitely I would advise, strongly advise, don't come into those traps and short those. Okay, uh, you don't have any edge here in shorting this market. if it's gonna squeeze back up again, those who have shorted it, I would just advise guys, don't short it, don't short this one. Vivek, are you green today? Vivek, are you green today? Are you mute? Yeah. Where are you going? Okay, good. I mean, it's not a date to be have fun, to be honest. It's just the now it could be okay. Now let's look at the range. Okay, let's look at the range now. ES is dropped from the upside, lost the pre-market high. Let's see that whether ES can whether NQ can break those range in the pre-market. I'm watching it. Not yet, not yet. I'm not in the trade yet. Let's see. There's a big order here in the big pre-market range. I don't know whether it's going to bounce back from here. Okay, see here if we can get the bounce. I'm gonna go long NQ. Not now. I want to see how this 1 minute candle ends. Still 11 more seconds. Okay, let's see what now. Can it come down or retest the pre-market low and what it does? Not yet. Get ready. If it's go and reclaim 23,340, we have a 20-point risk here if it's going to reclaim. And if it's going to fail the pre-market low, then we can look for the short side. So far, no short trade. I don't think the structure is there. Okay, it's really holding the pre-market low. Okay, I'm watching. Okay, another mid close. Let's see what it does now. Does it continue to come back down or up? Watch. Watch to see what it does. It's still holding pre-market low. Okay, if as far as above pre-market low, I'm not shorting it. Although the structure is turning red, let's see. Okay, this breakdown happened. Now we can consider shorting it if its continuation moves comes in. Wait, not in the trade. Not in the trade yet. Wait. Wait, wait. Okay. Okay, bounce coming in. Let's see what it does here. If it's gonna come back to the 23, 330, 345 and rejects, that's where we're gonna short it. 23, 300. Okay, bounce happening. Let's see what it does here. Okay, let's see what it does here. Okay, this is a very important level. Can it reclaim the pre-market low, the green dash line, or it's gonna fail here? Okay, I'm short with the hoping of continuation. My stop loss is 23, 330. Okay, I'm short, getting in. Let's see. Can it go continue to make the new low? Okay, good. It's moving nicely. Let's see, can make the new leg down. Stop loss would be 23, 330. So far moving nice. Do retest happen? If you want to put on the break even you can put on the break even. If it fails, then you do not lose the money. Okay, moving nicely. Come on. A bit jumpy here. It's really important. It has to fail. Okay. Already. Okay, good. It's moving in a direction. Let's see, can it fails? I want another leg down. Here you go. Come on. Very good. Pushing. Come on. One more. I want a new low. It's an S3 here, so I don't want the S3 to protect this. Come on. It's pushing. It's coming down. Guys, are you with me on this trade? Beautiful. Come on. Come on, 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 come on. Not yet. I didn't take the partial yet. ES in the opening range. NQ is on the S3. This bounce was really uh, too big a bounce. I couldn't take the profit. Okay, this bounce is really strong. So if it reclaim, we have to stop out. It could be a trap. Unfortunately, didn't take the profit. Okay, I'm out. I don't want to take the risk here. This is look really, really strong. It's trapped again. Uh, I think it was really a trap. I'm out. I'm not in the short anymore. This was a real big trap. We were, if you were able to manage the profit, we almost dropped 25 points from our entry. Look at the 1 minute candle, how strong it is. It just can squeeze easily. Were you able to manage to take some profit out? It's really, really, this was just a trap. It was a trap created, reclaimed pre-market low easily. It was a big trap created for the short sellers. If you want to consider going long, I'm thinking about the going long here, but I'm finding the best risk reward entry. Given it is really, really uh, uh, strong. I just want one time to retest this 23,325 area. I would consider going long here. Look at the volume on the squeeze. Let's see what it does now here. Its pullback came in. Can it hold? Some wires come in. Yep, buyers coming in here. Another 5 seconds. Consider going long here. I think it's gonna squeeze everybody again. Yeah, I'm gonna consider going long. I'm long. I think it that was a trap squeeze. ES is already above the VWAP. NQ is very close to the VWAP. And ES NQ is above 6,400. Can you imagine? Okay, I'm holding it. If it's gonna break pre-market low, I'm gonna be out. It's holding the pre-market low. If it's gonna break the pre-market low, I'm gonna be out. 11 more seconds before this candle finishes. Still holding the pre-market low. Okay, let's see what it does here. Come on, hold this. Don't disappoint. Okay, very close to stopping out on this trade. If it's not going to hold, so far looks good. The way ES and NQ both are holding very nicely. It's almost 10:23. We don't have too much time here. The hours is clocking change. Okay, okay, still holding it. It's still holding the VWAP and the pre-market low, but it's getting weaker. It is not able to be reclaimed. Seems to me that they're creating a position here. Okay, still saved. Come on. Come on, just push. It's not able to break it here. Okay, I'm gonna stop out. If it's gonna fail this pre-market low, I'm gonna stop out. Still holding it. It's trying to reclaim. Okay, squeezing now. Come on. Okay, good. Come on. I want the first target would be at least the VWAP, which is a 23, 250, 260. Come on. Look at the ES. ES is already so strong and already reclaimed the VWAP. We are just on break even here. Come on. There you go. NQ, come on. Another 4 minutes in the 30 minutes to close. I'm thinking to reduce my size. It's not moving as I was expecting. I was hoping it's gonna do a quick move, given the ES is holding and it's gonna squeeze, but it's not squeezing. Even this failed breakdown. Look at this couple of times failed breakdown happened, but it didn't squeeze really well. So it could be the the bear flag consolidation. As far as we are above the pre-market low, I'm good to hold. I don't think so there's any risk here because ES is already above the VWAP. Okay, now it turned green. Very nice. Come on. We want a little bit more push to reclaim 2340. Remember 23,345 was the previous high? We want this to be claimed. I'm going to put the hard stop loss order in case after 10:30 it suddenly flushes down. I don't want it to be negative very much. We don't know. It's moving very nicely. I'm going to put the another order at close to 2360, what is our target is. So if we get this spike close to this, I'm going to take the profit. Come on. It's moving very nicely. Anyone in the trade with me on the upside? I missed the short side, you know, profit was really, but I can clearly see that there was a level there. But I was thinking the moment it broke the pre-market low, okay, I've stopped out. I mean, on the breaking. Um, so I was there was a good trade. I was thinking once it lose the pre-market low, retest happened, and then we entered here is a really good candle, but in continuation. Uh, and it seems like a chop day again. Look at the ES is still moving, NQ is still consolidating. So this is the worst divergence we have seen the last few days where NQ doesn't participate that much. Um, so I'm not sure whether did you guys manage to take the profit in the NQ trade? Yeah, I was so essentially. I mean, I'm close to break even day for me. Um, First trade red, second trade green, third trade break even close, third trade again break even close. So break even, break even, break even. I think this week is really tough. But now, do you see that why I did not chase those moves? So see, the reason is that look at there's so many support here. Assuming that you can say, hey, we missed this move, the first move, but if you consider the same strategy here, you have failed. You squeeze, you big loss. Second, you have a big loss, right? What the best thing is that you need to see clearly the range to break down, and on the retest you enter. So we are the perfect snapper entry with us. A lot of traders have entered. That's why you see the immediately flush back down, 20, 25 points, but then the support came in and then buyer left the price. And then the right thing is to do is to stop out of the break even if you have missed the profit, right? So, and then we wanted a continuation because it's holding nicely the pre-market low, and the ES is already above the VWAP, all the moving averages. So if ES moving back up, we felt like NQ going to go back, at least going to go back and retest, right? It is doing right now. Look at this right now is doing, but it was so slow that I just don't like to hold. I mean, I don't like when the clock is changing 30 minutes. You can have tweet come in, the spikes, the news triggers. It's not worth it. Over the time I've realized that if something is taking too long, it's not worth it. All right, guys, so I think I'm going to close it. Today's Thursday. We already have almost the red week for me so far. So the Friday, we'll see that I'm not going to take any size, making sure that I stay small red week. That is fine as well, rather than pushing it. Look at this NQ is now moving, but it's so slow that this is exactly I was. Look at how many minutes of consolidation. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It's too much. Uh, I'm looking those kind of squeezy moves. Uh, in the opening ranges, in the first 1 hour. But if you need to wait that long into the first 1 hour and 30 minutes, not worth it. It's not worth the risk because you take 20, 25, 30 points risk. And if you need to consolidate that long, it's just really too much to consolidate. I will keep an eye. I'll put the alert into the system in case if it breaks down under 23.20 later on. I would think of continuation of downside move. But as I mentioned, it can easily be the range chop day, as I explained to you even before the market opens, that the pre-market high and pre-market low would be the perfect range. Seems like, and then market might likely stay within those range. But if you see later on it breaking down under those, then we can reconsider it. Um, but don't force the trade. You know, if I were you, I would just not take any trade uh, in this range now. This range is really, um, and if you take the range breakdown under the lows, you need to make sure that the both comes down at the same time. ES has to break 63.90. If ES is not breaking 63.90, forget it that we're gonna see any big move coming in. All right, guys, appreciate it. Yeah, I would really appreciate if all of you take a little bit more time, give a thumbs up, share our stream on the X, and share your feedback, share with your friends, and also if you can share, give a thumbs up and like and comment on the other stream, which is a book map. I really appreciate our organic growth on it.